What is up, everybody in the XRP community, everybody in the digital asset space as a whole? So I've got a big video compiled for you all today. We've got digital currency information coming out of the Bank of England, coming out of the Bank for International Settlements. We have got Revolut being live in Australia. Multiple things here. We've got bank outages as well in Egypt. But I was tagged in this post. This is from K. Kyriakopoulos, and DM me, dude. I'll shoot you over maybe a little bit for a finder's fee for this one. This is good. So this is Brian Brooks, and he is being interviewed about these special purpose fintech charters for non-banking institutions, for payment providers. And I told you yesterday in my video that we need to pay attention to what Brian Brooks is saying about these charters, that it was shut down in the past, and now he is reinvigorating that discussion. It's worth listening to for 2 minutes. It is not the best quality audio, and I apologize for that. But it confirms exactly what we are thinking, that the technology via blockchain exists to allow fintech companies that are utilizing blockchain to operate under special purpose national bank fintech charters. So pay attention.
It's just sort of what the OCC has been doing in the charter space. You recently mentioned the OCC was thinking about issuing a national bank charter for payments companies. Already, BPI has a real-time payments project. The Federal Reserve has promised the FedNow real-time system by 2024. You have companies like Stripe, Square, and PayPal that are seemingly capable of providing similar services. So how does the OCC's charter fit into that space?
Well, let's unpack a couple of things you've said, Rachel. So the Fed is working on a project that will be ready in 2024. Let's just pause on that for a moment. 2024. Today is 2020. The United Kingdom already has a real-time payment system in 2020. In America, the leader of the financial services world will have it in 2024. I think that's unacceptable from a competitive standpoint, right? This country is a leader in 2 industries in the world at the moment, financial services and technology. The idea that we're going to allow Singapore, China, the UK, and the EU to leapfrog us in terms of faster payments, much the way that other countries got 5G telecommunications long before we're ever going to have that, should give us pause. It should really give us pause. And so the question I have is, when real-time payments technology is available today, in the form of private blockchains that already exist and are transacting $350 or $400 billion of market cap every day, I guess I ask myself, why do we want to wait for those things? So, you mentioned some of these bank-owned payment networks, which are far from real time, which have chargeback risk, which have error rates and things like that. And I just question whether those are good enough for the modern economy. I mean, there's a reason when Chairman Chris Giancarlo left.
It's right there in front of our eyes, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on. I mean, Brian Brooks came directly over from Coinbase. Again, I apologize for the audio quality on that. But it is a fantastic find. And thank you, dude. I gave you a follow, and like I said, please DM me. Dude, I'm not sure if you're a dude or a female, but, or regardless of whatever. But DM me. I appreciate it. It's a really great video. So, all right, now getting into this here, okay? We heard Brian Brooks just say leapfrogs. Other countries are leapfrogging us. We know that there was a G30 document that just came out a couple of months ago talking about XRP leapfrogging slow and expensive correspondent banking. Also in that same document, one might argue that developing countries or developing economies that lack legacy infrastructure are best placed to leapfrog existing payment architectures and the associated vested interests. Interesting that they would use that loaded verbiage twice. Now, there was a news announcement that came out today. I am not putting on a tinfoil hat here. I was doing more research based on Emirates Nbd and I think it's First Abu Dhabi Bank, which you're going to see in a second. And I went to Emirates Nbd's website, and this is what I got. You can go to this website. It's probably still there. Update on our system upgrade. I want to offer my sincere apologies for the inconvenience you have experienced in accessing our digital banking services in the recent days. This happened as a result of an important system upgrade to our core banking platform. You should have already received updates, etc., etc. We have continuously invested in digital banking technology to provide you with a better banking experience. This planned upgrade will help to provide products and services that offer even more value, increase digital banking convenience, and enhance security features to keep your banking safe. Just interesting. You know, again, not tinfoil hatty at all. It's right on their website, so I'm sure you can go and find that if you want to. This is the announcement that came out today. This is Egypt signing a $2 billion loan with regional international banks. Again, this is Emirates Nbd Capital and First Abu Dhabi Bank were joint coordinators and lead managers of the deal. This is between several international and regional banks in a deal coordinated by the UAE lenders, or by two UAE lenders. And the loan aims at financing the state budget and supporting the Egyptian economy in order to maintain its strong path in the face of fluctuations prevailing in global markets. Talking about the pandemic a little bit here. All right, so pay attention to these names here. Emirates Nbd, we just saw under maintenance for core banking, digital banking infrastructure. First Abu Dhabi Bank. What does that mean to us? Why do we care? Well, not to speculate, but I'm going to speculate here, okay? This is UAE Bank Nbd, National Bank of Abu Dhabi, which is now First Abu Dhabi Bank. They rebranded, and you'll see that in a second. National Bank of Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi offers blockchain payments after tie-up with Ripple. National Bank of Abu Dhabi said on Wednesday, and this was like 2 years ago, it had become the first bank in the Middle East and North Africa to introduce real-time cross-border payments on blockchain, becoming the latest lender to use the technology through a partnership with Ripple. We can see here the rebrand. And in early 2017, the National Bank of Abu Dhabi, now known as First Abu Dhabi Bank, became the first Middle East bank to partner with Ripple. Now, pay attention to Emirates Nbd, who is also in that $2 billion initiative through Egypt. Emirates Nbd and India's ICC Bank worked with Infosys Finacle to trial blockchain across areas including remittances and trade finance. Why do we care about Infosys? We'll see here in a second. This is First Abu Dhabi Bank, though. Make instant transfers back home with zero fees. Instant transfers with zero fees, and that's available in India, Pakistan, Philippines, Sri Lanka, and Nigeria. I'm not going to speculate on which portions of their platform are Ripple enabled, but zero fees is very interesting to me. Now, Emirates Nbd again, the first in the UAE and ICC Bank, we see the same thing. This is through EdgeVerve Systems, okay? EdgeVerve is a wholly owned product subsidiary of Infosys. That's their tech provider, okay? If we look into Infosys here, this isn't going to blow up more. I'm sorry, I apologize. Infosys is their aggregator platform plus service integration deals with Hyperledger, Ethereum, and Ripple blockchains, okay? So you can do the math on that one. That is fine. Interestingly enough, today we've seen tons of information come out. I think this is that central bank research conference. Okay, yeah, it is. The 2020 annual meeting of the Central Bank Research Association. I posted that, I think, on Tuesday of this week, that this was going on and all of these speech topics, okay? It was like a 4-page document. It had all these different agendas and these different topics that we're going to talk about. Again, not being tinfoil hatty here. This is a speech given by Ben Broadbent, Deputy Governor Monetary Policy, Government Debt and Inflation. I do not personally believe that XRP is going to be attached to anything, but I found it interesting that this speech had just a ton of rhetoric that basically talks about the entire history of gold standards and prevailing civilizations throughout history. So interesting, just very interesting to me that this is the rhetoric. I mean, it's throughout the entire document here. So, and again, this document, you could find it. It's right on Bank of England's website, Government Debt and Inflation. And I always post all these links, or at least I try to every day post all these links to my Patreon. If you feel like checking that out, feel free. But obviously not saying you have to. I don't care regardless. I'm going to do the research anyways. again, now this was very interesting as well. This came across on a whatever that mainstream friggin' digital asset thing is, where it says Bitcoin is not good for payments, through Andrew Bailey, governor of Bank of England. I forget which news outlet posts that, but I posted that to Twitter. But it's from this speech, and this speech is called "Reinventing the Wheel with More Automation." And there's a ton in here about central bank digital currencies. What's interesting is, it talks about this paper. He talks about this paper from Brookings in July, Design Choices for a Central Bank Digital Currency, which helped to explore a number of these of the issues that he is raising, for profound questions based on, what might a CBDC mean for monetary policy transmission? Would it bring new tools, faster transmission, et cetera, et cetera? How would it disintermediate the banking sector? Now, this paper from the Brookings Institute talks about the need for interoperability and connectivity between and among central and commercial bank systems for CBDCs to function effectively. Now, they get into cross-border as well. I hope I can find it in here without the annoying... Hold on. CPMI Task Force on Cross-Border Payments involving the Bank of England, other central banks, and setting bodies. We know Bank of England has trialed RippleNet. We know Bank of England is connected into Interledger as well. But it basically talks about, and I'm probably not going to be able to find it now that I'm doing this video, but it talks about a global stablecoin and the need for regulations to basically allow for multi-currency transmissions of a global stablecoin. Now, I don't think that XRP is the quote-unquote global stablecoin. I think that XRP is the quote-unquote global bridge asset for stablecoins, or I don't want to say global because I'm getting a little bit too speculative here. I think that XRP may serve a role for developing economies, and banking the unbanked as far as reaching out to those exotic corridors. However, do you really think that all of these nations are going to just, cut away the red tape and have a multi-currency, one global stablecoin? That's insane to me. I can't see that happening. If that does happen, I think that that's years away. I could be completely wrong. I may be completely wrong on all of my speculation and on all of my facts, but I try to at least present the news that is coming out on a daily basis for you all. Now, maybe this is it right here. No, this isn't it either. So this is, again, reinventing the wheel. And this is directly through Andrew Bailey again, digital banking, central bank money, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So Bank for International Settlements, and they reference this, enhancing cross-border payments, building blocks of a global roadmap. This is stage 2 report to the G20. Now, the BIS put out a document today as well. This is Ravi Menon and Down But Not Out, Resilience in a Post-Pandemic World. This is all about digital technologies, everybody. It's all about digitization as well. Now, we can see right here, digitization is one of the ways in which industry can build resilience. To ensure resilience, digitization needs to be end-to-end. It's all about going digital, period. Now, doing the research that I did today, I came across this document from NTT Data. If you're not aware, NTT Data is basically a subsidiary of NTT Data, basically put out that document saying that Ripple and Interledger Protocol connect everything from an interoperability standpoint, and that eventually everything moves to the XRPL. Now, just interesting, and maybe you guys want to look into this a little bit more, but Hexaware is developing an engineering team with expertise across major platforms, Hyperledger, Ethereum, Corda, and Ripple. Again, we see NTT Data being partnered in with Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, R3 Corda, and Ripple. And then this, and I don't know if I've seen this before. I think Leonidas has shared this before. He's on Twitter. He runs XRP Arcade. This is UST Global. And UST Global has banking solutions, and they have one solution that is for end-to-end Ripple-based international payments. Now, again, I'm not interested in payments. I'm interested in settlement, but UST Global may have been somewhat of a tech provider in Santander. This talks about OnePay FX leveraging X Current, which is basically the equivalent of SWIFT, which is the legacy financial messaging system that's been around since the early 70s. Swift's GPI is basically the equivalent of Ripple's X Current. And Swift basically stole X Current off of Ripple as well. But OnePayFX through Santander leverages Xcurrent. Now it talks about the solution OnePayFX going live in Spain, UK, and several Latin American countries. But the bank plans to roll out OnePayFX to more customers across other geographic regions. And that rollout has already occurred, and that is through PagoFX. So we have already seen that Santander has said that they are not utilizing XRP. I'm curious to see what happens when all of the banks start using digital assets in the near future. So UST Global, just a little bit of scope, 25,000 employees. They're in California. American provider of digital technology and transformation, IT services and solutions, headquartered in California. Found this today as well. I don't know if this has been presented before, but this is Blockchain in California, a roadmap. Okay, this is the California Blockchain Working Group. There are many high-level individuals that are sitting on this working group, including Ripple. But we can see here, Liz Chen from Ripple. We can see World Economic Forum, Sheila Warren, Department of Finance. We can see Department of Industrial Relations, California EPA, members of the Senate. So, interestingly enough, if you scroll down to the bottom of this, looks like Ripple basically supported in the design of this entire report. So, thanks to Ripple and the University Blockchain Research Initiative, which Ripple was obviously a member of, for support and designing the report. So this is all about blockchain initiatives in California, and it's a very, very long document. I posted. I'll post all this stuff to Patreon. I think I posted that one already. Bottom line launches confirmation of payee to stop payment fraud and error. So this is obviously payee through Bottom Line is a new initiative, and it's an overlay service. Bottom Line is also a Ripple partner. They are developing software as a service that is integrated with RippleNet. We will see that in a second. All right, the new overlay service became mandated by the UK's payment systems regulator in 2020 for the 6 largest banking groups in the UK. Now, confirmation of payee can help eligible banks and building societies give payers greater assurance that they are sending their payments to the intended recipients. It sounds a lot like pre-validation to me, and help avoid payments, which pre-validation, obviously Ripple provides pre-validation through their software. Xcurrent, I think they all do it. All their software does it for banking installs. Intended recipients, and help avoid payments being accidentally or fraudulently misdirected. For any new beneficiary, the technology performs a real-time account name check against the payee account. As an overlay service, the COP can support payments made by faster payments, CHAPS, and BACS originated credits. Now, this is XRP Daily. The dude's on Twitter as well. We've all seen this, so but this is the fast-paced service through Bottom Line. Provides access to BACS, SWIFT, SEPA, and Ripple, and I'm sure many of us have seen this. I forget the individual's name, but this is a LinkedIn. Basically an overview of the different job titles that they've held and the responsibilities. And this solutions architect at Bottom Line, fundamental part of the move of our SaaS or software as a service to the current disrupting technologies in the financial market, API-based payments, and Ripple. Again, I always pay attention to Ripple partners. This is Monetary Authority of Singapore to improve bank entry to greenback funding to enhance liquidity. I am not tying this into Ripple at all. I'm not tying this into XRP. I just find it interesting, and I always try to pay attention to partners of Ripple. We do know that Ripple Singapore and Binance Asia received important payments licenses that granted exemptions for them to operate in the country. It was valid until July 28th, 2020. I'm curious if anybody can find if this has been renewed or not, because we're obviously into the beginning of September now. But Monetary Authority of Singapore has had many tie-ins with Ripple in the past. All right, this is Australia. Revolut cryptocurrency trading services are now available in Australia, so that's good for adoption. Convert Australian dollars or Aussies into Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, XRP, and Stellar. Binance joins blockchain for Europe. Awesome. I think Ripple is a member of that as well. Yeah, the board consists of members such as Ripple, Block One, Blockseed Ventures, and Fetch AI. So Binance is now a member. For those of you interested in Spark, Uphold is going to announce, or Uphold announced support for the, it's really not an airdrop, but the one-to-one allocation of Spark. And that's early December. I get questions all the time on that. I still haven't even made a move yet. I want to see how everything plays out and kind of where we're at by that time frame. So again, more regulatory news. Robinhood faces investigations from the SEC and FINRA. We all know Robinhood deals in crypto as well, so pay attention to that. Goldie partners with Zero Hash to provide centrally settled crypto offerings to institutional clients. Now, this is Goldie and digital asset settlement firm Zero Hash. Zero Hash is integrated with XRP as well. Have launched a partnership to provide prime of primes, retail FX brokers, and hedge funds with a centrally settled crypto offering and a cost-effective, efficient means of accessing cryptocurrency liquidity providers. This is through Crypto Switch 2.0 through Goldie. We can see here Zero Hash expanded digital asset settlement to support EOS and XRP. This was just back in June, so this is recent. Found this today as well. This is U.S. Department of Transportation's National Strategic Freight Plan. And they talk quite a bit about blockchain in this, okay? Emerging technologies such as blockchain, delivery drones, Hyperloop, and three-dimensional printing could transform our freight system. Talks about the use of digital ledger technology or blockchain will also influence firms, how they're tracking freight transportation. Blockchain would allow shippers to better track and secure their supply chains while improving efficiencies. You get the picture, right? All right. Last two things here, and I hope I didn't stutter through the BIS and Bank of America documents too much because there's just so much there. Those documents are very, very big. It's hard to kind of pinpoint a focus on exactly what's going on in those. There's just so much information. I will say that Andrew Bailey seemed a little bit negative about crypto, but I don't buy into a lot of rhetoric that these people are saying regardless, because we all know what they've done. If he's negative about crypto, then why would they trial RippleNet, and why would they be interoperating with Interledger Protocol? We've heard I forget the lady's name, Victoria Cleland, I think it was, for the Bank of England, that directly said that, you know, they're not building on distributed ledger technology, but they can connect to firms that in banks that do have that are DLT capable. So I don't know. I don't buy rhetoric, but whatever. We will see where that goes. All right, now this is B20 Saudi Arabia. Now this is GVC Passport, which I found very interesting. B20 in business at OECD launched GVC Passport on financial compliance to reinvigorate firms' growth post-COVID-19. Okay? Now, this is all about, you know, we'll see it here. Launch a joint conceptual policy proposal that focuses on reducing barriers that firms in general and small and medium enterprises in particular encounter in their quest to participate in global value chains as cross-border fragmentation and friction continue to impede the free flow of people, capital, goods, and services. Sounds a heck of a lot like level playing field. Now, this is B20, all right? This is, let's talk about, what does it say? Global value chain? Hold on, let me find it again. GVC Passport, I'm sorry, I apologize. Anti-corruption technology roadmap. Expanding the GVC Passport conception or concept is a cross-cutting solution to reduce corruption in several risk areas, and talks about beneficial ownership. All right, similarly, digital identity and digital public national registries supported by distributed ledger technology / blockchain are key pillars that support the expanded passport concept. I mean, it's I don't care what the rhetoric is. I don't care about any of it. I don't believe that, personally, and I could be completely wrong, I don't believe that there's going to be a global quote-unquote stablecoin. With all of these silos that already exist, if there was going to be a global stablecoin, then fiat would be interoperable at this point. You know, how are you going to bridge that value? You know, especially in countries that don't have correspondent relationships, especially when you're dealing in exotic corridors. I don't see how that works, and you know, we'll see where this all goes. But we all know, like, the same dude that's saying that has trialed Ripple, has trialed Interledger Protocol. And if they've trialed Ripple and Interledger Protocol, you better be damn sure they've trialed XRP. They just haven't announced it. So take everything you see with a grain of salt, people. Don't invest in scams. Plan on doing a video tomorrow, so I'll announce the winner of the giveaway tomorrow. Again, a lot of documents. This was a more difficult video to get through just because of how long some of these documents are. And, you know, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll post all this to Patreon for all of you, and enjoy your evening, all right? Later.